I'll just wait till he's out of the bathroom. I won't do pre-pod banter right now. Because doing pre-pod banter right now would just be a little dumb, honestly. I don't think anyone really cares about the pre-pod banter. No one listens to it. So I'm probably just going to cut this part out anyway. Because it's just unnecessary. And you guys don't want that. You guys want quality content, which is what I'm hoping to give to you guys today. You may be thinking to yourself, George, why are you saying all this when you're just going to cut out the pre-pod banter anyway? Well, I need to talk myself up. Get my voice lubricated. Get myself prepped for funny banter for the episode. So I'm just doing this. But don't worry, I will be cutting this part out because it's simply superfluous. And if I leave it in, you guys are just gonna flame me in the comments. So I'm not even gonna do that. But I do need to get myself pumped, get myself ready for what we're doing today, which me and Forrest have been looking forward to for a hot minute now. Now that he's back, I will be going to the bathroom. But don't worry.
Tag me in what you're talking about.
About how I'm gonna cut this part out of the podcast.
Okay.
No one cares about the pre-pod banter.
It's true. Hey, do you guys ever watch this shit? I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a single comment on any of our videos. And whenever we ask, it's like, I don't know about George, but I mean it. I need the feedback. Because how are we supposed to know what we're doing is good quality content if y'all just don't tell us? But I don't care. Of course, me complaining right now will get cut out. Because as George said previously, nobody cares about the pre-pod banner and nobody will listen. Start now. Hey guys, what's up? Yeah, I'm sitting alone. George? Oh, he's in the bathroom. Well, he'll be back soon. I just heard his piss stop. I don't know if he meant to, but he pissed right in the water, which is very brave of him. More confident than I would ever be. Strange from a guy who doesn't piss in urinals, but who am I to judge? Certainly nobody. Sorry this pre-pod banter's so shit. Just have nothing to talk about. We already filmed a podcast today, so if we're off, that's why. I don't think we will be, but just letting you guys know. You deserve to know. Like, it's not right to just have you guys expect the best but not be able to deliver.
I don't know why, but while I was in there, the Bill Nye theme just started, blasting
in your head?
Into my head.
Oh, you're the schizophrenia?
It's the schizophrenia, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
You want to intro today, or?
I think I introed last time. So it's your turn on the chopping block.
On the chopping block. I'm gonna get chopped, bro.
You're gonna get chopped. Hold on, let me see what time it is. 7:40. Okay.
Are you good, man?
I'm trying to get my chain off the back of my...
It hit the chair like it always does?
Yeah. Really sorry about whatever that happens, audience members.
Yeah, no, you're not.
I don't give a shit.
All right. Are you recording your screen?
Yes, it's good.
All right, guys. Welcome back to the Obligatory Podcast.
Welcome back.
Today
it's always a pleasure.
Is an exciting day.
Yes.
I'm, of course, Forrest. This is George.
Unfortunate.
And today we have I would say, innovative idea.
I would say,
good idea.
Pretty creative.
You guys have all heard of hit TLC show Milf Manor.
Milf Manor, one of the shows on TLC.
Me and George struggled. We struggled through watching all of it and didn't enjoy it at all.
No, it took us 2 months and we hated absolutely every second of it.
God, it was just hard to watch, but we did it for you guys.
We did it for you guys.
We did it for you because we love you.
We love you guys.
We love you.
We hope that our audience watches this podcast and thinks those are our friends.
Yeah.
We are friends with whoever is watching this. Best friends. You guys know us more.
Close personal friends. You know, probably better than we know ourselves.
Exactly. You guys are number ones. And we really like having a parasocial relationship with our audience.
Yeah, because you know what? Sometimes I get bored and I just feel the need to message some of you guys.
But today, we're going to change the game.
Again.
Once again.
It's all we ever do these days.
And we are going to... we're going to make a Milf Manor Kinlist.
We're going to make a Kinlist, but we're not going to do it the normal way that most people make a watched Kinlist.
No.
As you guys see on the screen. Sorry, audio listeners, this is gonna be rough for you.
This is gonna be a rough episode for you.
But there's
guys.
7 of you, so whatever.
Video viewers, you guys are gonna be seeing on screen that I have created this absolutely beautiful graph, absolutely gift wrapped graph.
It is. Yeah, I mean, it's basically wearing a 4D fit.
It's better than it really should be.
It's really good,
in my opinion. You know,
scoot that over a little bit.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
When watching television, me and Forrest like to unhealthily imprint ourselves onto specific characters. Yeah. We like to say that this character is literally us.
For example, like
me with Superman,
him with Superman, me with Dennis Reynolds.
Dennis Reynolds at the top of your
literally me.
You guys are like exactly the same. Whenever I'm watching It's Always Sunny, I can't get over the fact that
whenever
you and Dennis
rip
Reynolds,
someone's heart out, I go, oh my god, me.
Also on your Kinlist, Barney Stinson, but like you're slightly less problematic.
Yeah, Barney Stinson, just as sexist, just as womanizing, you know, just as objectifying.
Absolutely.
You know, cigar smoking, whiskey drinking, that's me.
But when we watched Milf Manor, you know, as we always do, we imprinted ourselves on these characters.
Which it was way easier to do for Milf Manor than for other shows for whatever reason.
Yeah, I've got all these in my head.
Yeah, he has them more planned out than I do, but as is the nature of the podcast.
As goes every episode. I came to Forrest with an idea. What if we made a Kinlist for Milf Manor? Except it's like we take each of the MILFs and the sons and some supporting characters, and we debate whether or not that character is more Forrest or more myself.
Yeah.
So that's what we have planned today. Mm-hmm. So we present to you the Milf Manor Kinlist episode of the podcast.
And just so you guys, in case you guys don't know what Milf Manor is, I guess we should probably tell the layman.
It did take the world by storm.
It's a dating show, a reality TV show.
Yeah.
Where 8 MILFs.
Yes.
And their sons are all put in a resort together.
Yeah.
In Mexico, and basically they're all told to date and be horny.
Yes.
So it's awkward because they'll do challenges like blindfolding the moms and the sons and making them massage each other, but you never know if you're massaging your mother or your crush. Also, they consistently point out that age is just a number on this show.
A lot.
It's like a hobby.
They say it a lot.
Like all the time. And it doesn't get better. It's just like anything that you think about it, it's probably true.
Yeah. It's a real rough show.
But there's plenty of consent.
As a...
the youngest boy is 20, and the oldest mom is 59.
Yes, and they do get together.
They do get together, and it is...
As weird as
it is exactly what you think when you hear that. I think her son is older than he was.
Yeah, her son is older than the guy that...
Which is super comfortable for everybody involved, surely. What are you doing?
I'm just pulling up, because I found this website that explains each of the MILFs and each of the sons.
Yeah.
It gives a brief little, description of each of them. So I thought it would, help.
For sure.
In explaining...
Kind of refresh the brain.
On who each of these people are. Because a lot... There are main characters in the show. Yeah. And there are people who just simply do not matter.
Yeah.
Which we'll get into.
There's about 4 that don't matter.
Yeah, there are about 6 that I'm looking at right now that I really have no opinion on.
Yeah, I agree.
But you know what?
Let's just hop right into it, I think.
Let's just
stop
hop right
stalling.
into it. Yeah. Let's start off with one of the ones who simply doesn't matter. Ryan S. Ryan S. is the son that came in halfway through the show to really spice things up. And wouldn't you know it, he left the next episode.
Yeah, Ryan S.'s big highlight moments. He took one of the moms on a cactus walk date night thing.
They walked around and
They walked around and it was implied that it was a date, and he also mansplained fucking cacti.
He mansplained cactuses to Charlene.
Yeah, which was really... weird. He also has a lesbian haircut.
He does. Very unfortunate. You can see it right now.
And he also, the other big moment of his was they had a sex ed class set up between the moms and the sons, and he went right for it on the question, how would you pleasure a woman?
Yeah.
and started giving head to a grapefruit that he put on a mannequin.
Yeah.
And it really turned on one of the moms.
Really got the Charlene.
It was really weird.
And then in one of the challenges, he picked Charlene to be his one that he didn't pick Charlene. Charlene picked him.
Yeah, but he got
MILF.
in his head about it.
Yeah, for some reason, Charlene was the only MILF that he chosen.
Yeah, at least that we saw. I mean, we don't know how long they're there for.
Yeah. Just some little short description of Ryan. He is a successful engineer and an artist who paints and composes music on the piano. He's been in short-term relationships before, but nothing serious. He's open to women of any age, and he's ready to meet the ladies of the manor.
So a successful engineer, so he makes a lot of money.
Yeah.
He paints and he makes music. This guy's a fucking player.
Yeah.
This guy is set up for success and somehow got none.
I think if he was on the show from the very beginning, he would have killed it. He would have gotten to more mills. He could have been on Jose levels. Because he also is pretty attractive.
Yeah, he had a lot going for him.
He did. But the question begs itself.
Question is,
who's more like Ryan S?
Yeah.
Off first impressions, I'm willing to say that he's more like you, Forrest.
I think he's in fact nothing like you.
Okay.
I don't think he's exactly like me.
No, absolutely not.
But I do think he's more similar to me than to you.
Yeah, because
I would give head to a mannequin.
You would give head to a mannequin
in a room full of people.
Yeah, and you would turn one of them on. If I did it,
ideally,
I'd get laughed at.
I wouldn't want to do it just to have nothing happen. If I'm gonna go out of my way to give head to a mannequin, it better turn somebody on.
Yeah, I would do it for the giggles. Ryan was not doing it for the giggles.
No, Ryan's doing it to flirt.
Yeah, and it kind of worked. Also, he composes his own music. He knows the piano.
Yeah, I'm a music guy.
You know music more than I do. The only reason
I don't paint.
No,
and you do art. So I
do art a little bit.
You're kind of closer there.
It's beckoning me forward.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I don't know how in your head you get when someone is obviously with wanting to be with you, and then you're put into a situation where you have to pick them too, or else you're getting kicked off a reality show. I think you would play it safe and.
I think I would be more strategical than he was about it.
Yeah.
And I don't think I would get too in my head about it. I think I'm relatively confident. Self-assured, yeah, in dating now. Yeah. I didn't used to be, but I think I am now.
I still have to make my way up there. So that's another reason why I think Ryan S.
is more like you.
Is more like you.
Oh, well, I was going to say, because I think you would get in your head and pick the wrong MILF.
My bad, I was thinking of a different
But he did chase, the one that... he followed through, which I think is I'm more of a finisher than you are.
Absolutely. So I think I'm going to put Ryan S. relatively closer to the end, not at the very end, because
I put him in the middle of me and the center. To be honest.
Okay, I'll put him in the middle for now. We can always
come back to it. But Ryan, one episode wonder.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of a flirtatious guy.
Yeah.
I'm a flirtatious guy. I think it makes sense.
I am not. Next up, we have Joey.
Joey's one of the main characters.
Joey was one of the main characters. He was important at the beginning. He kind of teetered off in the middle. But then at the end, he brought it right back. It became one of the most interesting sons in the villa. He was dead set on one MILF the entire time, which was April Jane. And they had a cute little thing going on, but then other MILFs and son pairings took over the show.
Yeah, because he was so steady with her. Honestly, he got in that relationship. Yeah. Relationship, whatever.
Quote unquote.
And then stayed with it the whole time.
Yeah. He didn't really try to.
He is the 20-year-old, and she is the 59-year-old, by the way.
Yeah.
So they are the weird one. It was, when you watch them interact, it was like watching a mother and a son interact. Yeah. With sexual vibes.
Because and then April would try to be oh, well, I could see his mature side, and that's even more weird.
Yeah. People be yeah.
But you know what? They stuck through it until the very end.
They did. They were kind of nice together, I guess.
Yeah. Billy, not Billy. Sorry, I think about Billy.
I always think about Billy.
Joey. Then at the very end, they had some of the other members of the family. They cut off half the cast.
Yeah.
And then Joey, April had her ex-husband come in, and then Pola, another MILF who made it to the very end, had her daughter come in.
Yeah.
And the second he saw her, he completely flipped the script.
Whoa. No. Don't do Joey like this.
I won't do Joey like this.
Here's what happened.
Yeah, you explain it.
Joey and April were out for lunch.
Yes.
And then the show invited like people from their lives to come on.
Yeah.
And from the MILFs' lives to come on. And from the MILFs came April's ex-husband, who walked right past Joey, hucked him, literally fucking cucked him.
In front of him.
Picked up April and went, "Hey, baby doll, I'm gonna take you home," and walked away with her in his arms.
And April loved it. She was cheesed.
Yeah, and she was like, "Oh my god, no, we shouldn't. Oh my god, no, we can we? It was like,
yeah.
It was the wildest shit that happened on this show.
It was really not the wildest. I'm looking at Jimmy right here and Soyoung.
Yeah, you're right.
That was much wilder. We'll get into that.
But it was definitely up there. It was like not okay.
No.
And so so Joey gets cucked.
he
out of his solid relationship.
He loses a lot of interest.
Yeah.
And that's when Emma swoops in.
Yeah.
And
someone's like that is his age, a pretty girl his age.
A pretty girl his age. And he completely swoons.
Yeah.
I think they got together after the show. Because at the very end, April doesn't let him down easy. She's just kind of like, "Hey, if you want to be with me,
you can be with me. If you want to be with Emma, I see that that's a thing as well."
Yeah, and Joey just kind of he just kind of lets it be.
Yeah,
and goes
you know
with Emma.
what? To Joey's credit, he actually does try to talk to April about it. He was like, "I feel like that was really unfair."
Yeah, he's actually very
of him to
about
do. It. Yeah, we saw his mature side just like April.
Yeah.
And April was like, "No, that's just his personality. That's just how he is, and people don't see how he is."
So at the very end, we do see Joey's mature side, and we see that April is actually a little immature, and not really thinking about Joey's feelings.
Yeah.
But that begs the question: which one of us is he more like? And sorry, Forrest, I'm gonna say that Joey is more like me.
More like you?
Yeah.
I think so as well, actually. Also, something to note about Joey that I don't think makes him like you. Mm-hmm. Joey the way he talks gives off intense himbo vibes. Yeah. But he looks like a twink.
He does look like a twink with the soul of a himbo. Yeah. He looks like Robbie from Victorious. I think I don't know, just like something about Joey.
Yeah, I think you'd get cucked too.
Thanks for that, Forrest. I was gonna say that. Just the way I think Joey acts less mature on the outside, but is mature. On I think that's
very similar to you,
and I think that's very me in nature. Yeah. Like when I'm Joey has watched a lot of epic rap battles of history.
Like when you need to like settle something or have a real conversation, you're like I'm completely capable of doing it. It's just not your preference.
I would much rather have a silly, goofy time. Yeah. But if I need to get down to brass tacks and have a serious conversation,
I also think that you would treat Milf Manor the same way Joey did, where he latched onto his one person and it worked out for a while. I do think that's how you would treat it, because you would be like, "This is it. This is great. I'm playing it safe," and it's not even like you're unhappy. It's just like. You hit it easy, you hit it gold, you're there. Yeah. And that's it.
Yeah. So I'm going to put Joey pretty far down the line.
I agree.
The Forrest versus George line graph that we have in front of us. Yep, I'm still going. Next up, I think I know who's up. Yeah, it's
Ryan.
Black Ryan.
Ryan is
the main Ryan in the show.
Ryan is probably my favorite character on the show. They're not people.
No, they're fictional characters.
Go ahead and read his.
Ryan, after a short career in social media marketing, Ryan moved back to Atlanta to work on his own music, so he's also a music guy. Yeah. He is very outspoken, and although that can get him into trouble, he does not care what people think of him.
Guys, Ryan's just really hot.
Ryan is just like a suave guy.
Yeah, he's just great all around.
We see him go on a couple of dates. He gets not cucked by Stefany.
He's also the oldest guy there.
He is the oldest guy.
He's 30.
He's 30.
Which is old for the guys.
Yeah, because they want young men.
And the youngest mom is 45. And I think that is who he ends up talking to the most.
It was Stefany the youngest? Or was it... Yeah. He talks to Stefany for a long while.
And every single date we see him go on, he fucking kills it.
He kills it?
He did one... He's just like a romantic. Yeah. He did one where they were painting the sunset together
with their fingers. And then
they were having wine.
And then he was like, "Hey baby, I wrote you a song."
Yeah, he wrote someone a song and sang it to her, but left it unfinished. And then later in the show, was like that I left that song unfinished so we could finish it together.
Yeah.
Which is the best cover-up for being lazy I've ever heard.
For being unprepared. Or maybe I could definitely see...
an intentional move.
As an intentional move of being like, let's finish
He
this
also
song.
has the most normal relationship with his mother.
Yeah.
Out of all of them.
With
like,
Shannon.
they're the least sexually charged.
Yeah, it like, at one point, Ryan is, upset because the MILF that he's going for at the moment, Stefany, is like...
kind of playing the field.
She's playing the field. She has two people that she's going for, and she's not like defining either of them, but she's saying to one that one is just a friend. Yeah. And then
but it's clearly not that.
It's clearly not that, and she's just like letting it play out.
She just really enjoys that attention.
Yeah.
And I think she took that a little too far.
Yeah, we'll get into that when we go to Stefany. Yeah. But like when that was happening, Shannon had a sit down conversation. Like she sat Stefany down. Yeah. And was like, listen,
let's solve this. Because she's also, I think she's like a couples counselor or something like that. Like
we'll figure out when we get to to
but it's like Shannon's something like she does. Yeah. Is what she said on the show at least.
So yeah, Ryan, he's a suave man, goes on a lot of dates. He's very confident, self-assured, and that leads me to believe that Ryan, more than Ryan S, is like you, Forrest.
I was gonna say the same thing. I think the way me and Ryan approach dates is similar. Yeah. Whereas it's like a very all or nothing thing. Yeah. And my goal would be to give someone like, oh yeah, let's go like paint the sunset. Yeah. And like have a good time like that.
If you were on Milf Manor, you would strive to have like the best date on the show, I think.
Yeah, well, because that's like a really good way to do it.
Yeah, it's a good way to do it. I do think you have really good date ideas.
I think I do
all
too.
the time that we go on dates, it's always such a splendid occasion.
All the date ideas I've given you are good.
Yeah, all the yeah. And I know you've told me that you've sung to partners before. It's something that
embarrassingly I have pulled that at least once.
If it works, it works.
Not in recent time, but it's definitely happened. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I think Ryan. Ryan,
I see someone that I think you can more than Ryan, but I'm comfortable putting him roughly the same place that Jerry was. On my side.
I think so as well.
And I think I know exactly who's coming up. It's
Billy! Yo, okay, you guys don't understand how much we love Billy.
Billy is by far my favorite character.
Billy bags the main MILF.
He does. He bagged Kelly
Disco
for a
Mommy.
while. He got Disco Mommy for a while. And like, he had Disco Mommy coming to him.
Yeah, and then... he said no. He said, this mattress feels a little uncomfortable. I'm going to go sleep in my own bed.
So, real quick, let me explain. Let me read out Billy's biography. Billy lives in Los Angeles. He loves to travel, and he's pursuing a career in real estate. He always dates older women, and he's quiet, yet charming. Billy is a true romantic who is looking for a soulmate. Will he find everything he's looking for in the villa? No, he didn't.
No, not even a little bit. Billy, honestly, insane character. In the background of most of the shots in the show, had like... maybe 10 floating heads, and then bagged the main MILF. He was a main character for like 2 episodes.
I would only argue for 2 episodes. Yeah. I don't know if you guys, for the average person, they're not paying much attention to Billy. Billy is the character that had big blue glasses.
Big blue glasses, and the most. All of these guys are like super in shape and like super attractive. Yeah. But he was like the most normal looking guy out of all of them. Yeah, he not to say at all that he's unattractive or out of shape.
No, but he didn't have like 6-pack abs and a pecs. Yeah, and all of that.
So Billy was just a guy among like Greek god looking men,
and he still got one.
And you know what? He was funny.
That's my favorite part about Billy is that the show would be going through like wild interactions, and then it would just like cut to live Billy reaction. Yeah, and like sometimes he'd give like a little one-liner.
Billy's faces unmatched.
I don't think he smiled once in the entire show. Nothing wrong with that.
Billy was just. I hope everyone loves him as much as we do.
I hope so. I doubt it. I think people who watch Milf Manor are like reality TV.
They don't appreciate the Billies of the world.
They don't appreciate the Billies of the world. They seek the attentions. They look at the Kellys and the Stefanys and the Gabriels of the world. But Billy is for the common man. Billy represents someone who is just trying to get by, have fun,
And take it at his own pace.
Yeah, he did his own thing.
Yeah.
He walked around in his bright orange t-shirt and he had a blast. Billy is
Billy's
me 100%.
Billy is the most. He's the most like you out of everybody.
I definitely agree.
Billy was like, when you suggested Milf Manor Kinlist, Billy was the first character I thought of because it was the easiest to match.
It was the easiest to match.
Billy and you.
It's Billy and me.
Billy and you versus the world, man.
Billy, I just like to, once again, like if I was Billy in the whole Kelly scenario, like everything he did is what would have done. Thing. I would have put absolutely no effort forward.
Yep.
And like it would have kept going and going. And then when it actually like comes to sex, I'd be like, I don't like this bed.
Maybe another time.
I don't like this bed. I miss my mom. I'm going back. I'm going home.
So cool.
So I feel no remorse putting Billy, where is he at? Putting Billy right at the top of my list.
No, he's right there. I mean, where else could he be?
No, you are not Billy at all, and I'm sorry about that. I mean,
no, I'm not Billy.
Next up, next son that we have on the list is Jose.
Oh,
Jose's an interesting one.
Jose has all of the MILFs' hearts.
Yeah, he had three MILFs pining for him.
Yeah, and a lot of it was to do with the fact that he has an accent.
He has a Hispanic accent. He says, what's his catchphrase? Salud. He says salud all the time.
It's not a catchphrase. It just means like saying. It's like, okay, whatever. They like say that with like it just means to health. Yeah. So it's like if someone sneezes or like drinks go up, like something like that. You say salud.
And it was very charming. He was also the main like bartender.
He was out there making a lot of drinks for all the MILFs, which I think is a big reason as to why they really liked him. He was just on the older end, pretty mature. He was he is attractive, but he's like normal guy attractive. He's like approachable attractive. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like everyone looks at him and goes, "Yeah, that guy's attractive," but he's not like Ryan.
Even though he was a host of a television show.
He was what?
So Jose lives in Miami. I'm reading the little blurb. Jose lives in Miami and helps with his family fitness business. He also works as a Mexican television host, and he's fluent in both Spanish and English. He's had one very serious relationship, which ended 5 years ago, and he's been single ever since.
Wow.
So he has been a host, but he's not. I wouldn't say he's like TV good looking. He's just like a good looking guy that you can easily approach. Yeah. And he also has a very charming and personable personality.
He's the kind of good looking that gives you an easy life.
Yeah, which is why he had like Soyoung, Shannon, and Kelly all wrapped around his finger for a remainder of the show.
And honestly, like there was another one as well that liked him
for a little bit.
But like by the end of the show, he made the choice between three of them, which was a more advantageous position than like most of them were in. Yeah. Than any of them were in.
Yeah, he was the most sought after member in the entire villa. More than the MILFs, which are like the main draw of the show.
more than any of the MILFs. Yeah. I don't think any of the MILFs, even like the one that like put herself out there the most, which is Kelly, Disco Mommy. Yeah. She didn't get as much attention as he did, and I think that probably bothered her, to be honest.
It might. Oh, I mean, they did end up together.
They ended up together, but I think that was part of it.
Yeah. So the question must be begged, Forrest. Between you and I, who kins Jose more? And I think this one's pretty debatable.
I think it is. I think it's different aspects. You know, like if I was on an island, I would probably try to also be the person who makes everybody drinks. Yeah. Or like, because that's like at the center of my personality. I like to feed people. Yeah. And like take care of people in that way.
That makes sense.
But on the other end, I think he's very similar to you in other ways as well.
I think like what he did on dates is how like I'd be. Yeah. Like if I got taken to the mushroom rock.
Yeah, you'd just be like, oh, that's a cool rock.
Damn, that's a cool rock. Or like I would love to go swimming with a whale. Yeah. I don't know.
I would like that.
I think you'd like it, but I think I'd be more cheesed.
I think you would be too.
And Jose was fucking cheesed.
Jose, it was like the best time of his life.
Yeah. That's what he said. He was like, man, I really like Soyoung. And then Pola was like, do you like Soyoung? Or did you just like looking at that whale? And he was like,
He also had a good relationship with his mom, where it wasn't like weird. They were like open with each other, just like very open with each other. Yeah, but they had conversations about their dating lives on the island, which was really interesting because I think they were the only ones that did that as commonly.
Yeah, they did it the most. Yeah, Pola was a little possessive of Jose
for sure,
which was a little weird, but whatever.
But also understandable. Because some of those moms were a little wild, a little. But also, this is a grown ass man.
He did end up just making his own decisions. Yeah. Against Paula's wishes. Like Paula wanted him.
Paula was even like visibly upset at the end of the show.
Yeah, she was like, God.
Which was
hilarious.
Which was hilarious. A little bit of a weird parenting moment, but everyone has to have them.
I think I'm feeling that Jose should go close to the middle, closer to you.
Oh, I was just about to say the same thing. I'm glad you said that. I think he's snuggling up to the middle line, but on my side.
He's getting close to it, but I think he does reach. He goes over the line a little bit.
He goes over the line a little bit. I think it's just the fact that he's always making everybody drinks.
Jimmy.
Holy shit.
Jimmy had the most unfortunate run.
No. If you guys have ever seen that clip of a hot Asian guy talking about how he wants to lick the acrylics off of a girl's foot.
Yep.
That's this guy.
That's him.
That's Jimmy.
That's Jimmy.
Jimmy once got pink eye.
From eating ass, because he was going up, down, up, down, up, down.
And then in the floating's head, he said, oh, well, you know how it is when you're going up, down, up, down, up, down. He's switching in between the two.
I think
he got pink eye.
He was going too fast.
Jimmy's a disgusting man sexually.
I think that Jimmy had the most unfortunate run.
He did.
In the entire villa.
He absolutely did.
Because, first off, he had to reveal to his mom that he got pink eye from eating ass.
Yeah.
Which is just unfortunate.
They did this challenge in the second or third episode.
Yeah.
Where
second.
They had everybody write down a secret and then put it up on a Post-it note. And then they would all look at the Post-it note and guess whose secret was their mom's or son's.
Yeah.
It was actually a pretty cool game idea. Obviously, it didn't go well.
No.
His secret was that he had to reveal to everybody that he got pink eye from eating ass, which is whatever. It's fine, dude. It's a little weird.
It's a little weird, but you have to say that to your mom.
Yeah, it's whatever. You're just sexually open, I guess. That's fine.
The bad part.
The part that made it bad. Was the fact that his mother gave up the secret on reality TV show
in front of her son, in front of millions of people,
in front of her son and the world, that she slept with her son's best friend without her son even knowing a little bit.
That right there, would have just ruined his entire did ruin his entire time.
It did.
He went on a 2-episode depression streak, and then the show was
he got drunk and then
skinny dipped
in a pool. And his mom was trying to talk him out of it, and everyone was trying to talk him out. He was just so
it was so hard
lost,
to watch.
and it was hard to watch. And it was the way they ended an episode, which is the credits rolling, and then him drunk in a pool, naked,
and then Soyoung, his mom crying
on the other camera. It was insane.
It was really rough.
It was when that happened, I knew this show would be good.
And that's not even that's the worst part, but that's not where it ended. No. Because he also fell in love with another MILF, Pola.
Yeah.
And Jimmy was directly butting heads with Black Ryan.
Yeah.
And he thought he was killing it. Ryan went on the date with her. Yeah. And then Jimmy went on the date with her. And Jimmy thought
Jimmy went paddleboarding with her after Ryan swooned or had her swooning.
Yeah.
And she still was not sure.
Yeah, she was still up in the air. There's an alternate universe out there where Jimmy was chosen over Ryan.
Yeah.
But that's not the universe we live in.
Thank God.
He got fucked in front of everyone.
He did.
Pola was holding both of their hands.
Yeah. A wrestling match.
Yeah.
At a wrestling match, and then she went, what? Ryan.
Which is just unfortunate. I'll leave Jimmy's little blurb down here. Jimmy lives in Los Angeles. He was in the army for 4 years. Now he's a model and actor. He prefers blondes, and he's open to dating women of all age. In fact, his dating app is set to 65.
In fact, that's weird.
That is weird. When we were looking for our Tinder guest, we only had it set to 21.
We felt weird going past 21 for a guest on our podcast.
This is a person that he wants to date.
Yeah.
So the question must be begged. Who is Jimmy more like? I think what we have to do is we have to take out all the preconceived notions about what happened to him on the show. Yeah. And just take him as a person.
As a person. Him and his mom did make up, by the way.
They made up, but it was so limp.
They seemingly made up. They hugged, and then for the floating heads, they were there was a weird tension, but they were getting along and laughing together a little bit.
I think that information needs months and months of therapy.
I agree.
for Jimmy.
Especially with their already weird relationship. I think this show means that you need therapy.
Yeah.
Like, this show gives you direct trauma.
Most people in the show are gonna need a lot of talking to after this.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm thinking that Jimmy goes roughly like the same idea of Jose, where he's a little bit more towards me. Mm-hmm. That's just my first vibe. I don't have a foot fetish. I hate feet.
You have quite the opposite of a foot fetish.
I have the opposite of a foot fetish.
But you have gotten pink eye.
Not from eating ass.
Well,
someone farted on my pillow, and that's how I got it.
That sounds real.
That sounds real. I don't know. I think it's just like vibe-wise. I think me and Jimmy are a little bit more like. I think
You're an alcoholic.
I'm a drunk alcoholic.
Yeah.
Skinny dipping into pools.
Yep.
This is like they don't show a lot of Jimmy on the show.
No, they don't. I think honestly, we could even put him at true neutral. I think.
You know what? Another funny idea would have been putting each of the MILFs on the D&D alignment chart. Yeah, I'm comfortable putting Jimmy.
Because honestly, I really don't feel like he is more like either of us. I don't think he's like either of us. I think he didn't get enough screen time.
Yeah.
And the screen time he did get was just him being like foot fetish.
Yeah.
Eating ass guy.
Foot fetish, eating ass.
I don't think either of us are that guy.
No.
So, you know?
So it's like we can't really base it off of it.
It's
like
hard, yeah.
He's fun, he's open.
He seems like a cool guy. Like, genuinely.
Yeah.
Like, he just seems like a cool guy.
But it's not someone that, like, I can personally relate to.
Yeah. Agree.
Next up on the chopping block is Ricky. Ricky is by far the most nothing character in the show.
Yeah, I mean, he left after an episode.
He left halfway through the show because no one wanted him. No one wanted him.
No one
or
wanted
his mom.
either of them.
They gave him no screenshot. I think he had like a couple lines.
Yeah, of course. They all do.
He's another foot fetish one.
He was the other foot fetish one, yeah.
I'll read this blurb.
But it wasn't as like open. He was more subtle about it, but he still said that he had a foot fetish.
Yeah. Ricky, he works for the United States Postal Service in Detroit. He usually plays the field, but he's willing to settle down for the right woman. He's super close to his mom and feels they grew up together since she had him at a young age. I didn't get that vibe. They didn't show him or his mom.
If you look at Ricky real quick,
yeah,
this is not the face of a man who plays the field. I just want to say that.
What's that the face of?
That's the face of a man who's really sad about his last relationship and says he's playing the field, but has not gone out in like 10 years.
I highly doubt that Ricky has been in a relationship, even though I think he's like 28 or something. Ricky,
maybe he like goes bowling and he's like, maybe a pretty girl will show up to bowling, and it's just like 65-year-olds.
Yeah,
which his dating app could be set to.
I'm comfortable putting Billy again true neutral. We know nothing about him.
Yeah, Ricky's just such a nothing character.
I'll actually have him peeking down at the bottom. He's desperately trying to be remembered, but we're trying to shove him away as best as we can. Up next, ooh, this one's a good one. Harrison
also didn't get much screen time. There's one episode where he got a lot.
There was one episode that he got a lot, but it's like, you know how they do that thing in like shows where if a character's gonna be killed off soon, they'll show like a lot more screen
time. They like
time
pity them.
Yeah, they'll give them more stuff to do and whatnot. Harrison, about halfway through the show, a little over halfway through the show, was just like, "Hey mom, I'm not really vibing with any of the notes here. They all kind of like seem to be doing their own thing. So I'm probably just gonna leave." And Charlene really wanted him to stay because she wanted him to find love as well as her, because she thought she was doing it. Maybe, I don't know. But Harrison just left. He left.
Harrison from the jump was the most visibly uncomfortable guy.
Yeah.
Because I mean, at the beginning of the show, one of the big draws is that they did not, in fact, know that they would be in the same dating pools as their mothers or their sons, respectively. Yeah. So, when they got told, they were all like, "Oh, what?" And then, like, just fucking went with it. Yeah.
They all went with it.
Which was so crazy.
To a mother and a son pair, Ryan and his mom, they even came in halfway through knowing what was going on. They were like, all right, whatever.
But Harrison the whole time was like, yeah, I don't feel comfortable doing this because my mom's here and she's like really opening up and I'm happy for her. But
I don't want to see it.
But I don't want to see it, and you know what? I don't think I'm having a good time. I want to leave. And I think he was the most mature guy on the show for doing that. And just like the most aware.
Yeah. If you guys want to know anything more about Harrison, he lives in Los Angeles. He's in college for football. He's hoping to make it into the NFL. he was a former male entertainer, aka stripper, and he's definitely got the moves to win over the women of Milf Manor.
Which is true. On the dancing episode, actually, I think he did really well.
Yeah, but like at that point, all of the MILFs were just kind of like already with someone, so it was just
he didn't get in early enough, and then by the time he realized he didn't get in early enough, he was like, "Fuck it, I want to leave."
Yeah, I'll just get out of here.
Which I think is very both of us.
Yeah,
to be honest, we've both been at functions and been like, "Want to leave?" and been like, "Yeah,
let's." Get out of here.
Yeah. So
it's hard to put Harrison like really anywhere on this list. I don't want to put him like at the same place that Ricky is.
No, I don't think he is.
I don't know how comfortable you are putting him a little bit more on my side.
I was gonna say I think he's actually a little more on your side than you will put him. I think maybe just a tad over.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right around here.
Yeah.
Hope you're enjoying this episode, audio listeners.
Please just click on the YouTube video. We're really sorry about this one. This one's a little bit of a visual experience.
Yeah.
It's the
Last son.
Yeah, this is Gabriel. Gabriel's a faggot.
Oh, what? Oh my god, man. Disclaimer?
Yeah, you'll bleep it.
Yeah, I'll bleep that. Gabriel is a model and a singer. He lives in Los Angeles, and he has a twin brother.
Yeah.
His father, and his brother have a rock band together. That's pretty interesting.
Gabriel's really cool.
And they perform regularly at clubs. He is a huge flirt and has a hard time being serious in relationships. Will all that change with one of the ladies at the villa? Watch Milf Manor to find out.
Yeah.
We already did that. Gabriel definitely has like the most out there looks. I think out of everyone in the cast.
I mean, he's like constantly wearing crop tops, mesh. Like he looks like a raver, kind of like a punk raver.
He looks cool.
He
wears eyeshadow.
He's always dressed really well. He has like a little bit of makeup. He looks very androgynous. Yeah, which is I think a good thing.
And he definitely has the most like playful personality out of everyone in the cast. He says a lot of outlandish stuff. He acts very childish at times.
But I think that's just for fun.
Yeah, I don't
think he is.
He's trying to just enjoy his time here. Yeah. At the Milf Manor. Yeah. All power to him. Earlier we talked about Ryan and how he kind of got cucked in front of everyone. Gabriel was the man that Stefany chose over Ryan.
It's true. Gabriel was a little immature about that.
Yeah, Gabriel was very immature about that.
Yeah, now I just remembered that it was him.
He didn't take into consideration Ryan's feelings. He was just kind of thinking about himself. But like, all power to him. If he wants to go after Stefany, he should go after Stefany.
I agree.
And
I think it was more on Stefany than on either of them.
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
Honestly, Stefany was feeding him a lot of things. Yeah. That maybe didn't give the full context around the fact that her and Ryan were almost a thing or were kind of actively a thing. Yeah. While she was cuddling him in front of Ryan. So I think he's pretty. I don't want to take all the blame off of him, but I do think he's pretty innocent in that whole situation. Yeah. Considering that Stefany just didn't inform him of most of the details. Yeah. But when Ryan did confront him, he just acted really confused and kind of lashed out. Yeah. Which I didn't think was the coolest thing to do. Absolutely not. But also understandable from his point of view.
I can definitely see Gabriel going to either side of you and I, because I would say on the outside I'm slightly more immature than you are. And yeah, but at the same time, I think my style closely resembles him.
Yeah, it's more like him.
Yeah, because I don't know, I wear a chain, I have rings. Yeah, yeah, but damn, well, I don't want to put Gabriel on my side at the same time.
Why? I don't know. You don't want that heat? I think Gabriel is a little bit on my side.
That's what I was gonna say.
I think he's a more in the moment guy, and more just kind of go with the flow. Which I am slightly more than you. Yeah. I think we're both pretty like that.
Would you say that you're less in your head than I am, or?
I think I'm in my head differently. Yeah. Okay. So I think I'm in my head that more after than during, and I think you're more of a during guy.
I'm definitely more of a during guy.
And I think Gabriel is I don't know how in his head he is. I don't fucking know the guy.
No.
But I don't think he's in his head in the moment. You know what I mean?
But no, I definitely think that Gabriel leans more towards your side. Still not as much as the Ryans.
Yeah.
I would honestly put him kind of right here in between Jose and Ryan S.
I agree.
Also just music, very easy thing to
Yeah, very easy thing to shove off on my side.
Push onto your side. Before we get into the Milfs, why don't we take a small little break to talk about some of the side characters that come in the middle of the show.
We briefly talked about one of them already. George, can you pull up the X?
Ooh, yeah. This is Billy.
So we talked about him a little bit.
Other Billy.
Other Billy. Bad Billy. Evil Billy.
Bad Billy.
Evil Billy versus good Billy.
Yeah.
We talked about him a little bit. He was the one that swooped up Stefany.
April Jane.
Sorry, they all blend the same.
Yeah.
April, just fucking offered to take her home, called her baby girl, all this very possessive shit.
Yeah. But credit where credit's due, guy's cool as fuck. The guy is so awesome.
The guy's cool in a 60s problematic way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The guy's cool in an emotionally abusive way.
Yeah. Like
he's wearing a leather jacket.
Which is rough.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
But bad boy cool.
What I'll say is he is Disney's TV show cool.
Yeah.
He's cool dad in a Disney show.
Yeah.
Where he's a little bit you're not taking care of your children, man.
Yeah, he definitely rides his bike to let some steam off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm just gonna put him all the way on your side. No, it's just this. Really, he's not like us in the slightest.
No, I don't really think so. If anything, he slightly biases me, but not even
like a centimeter.
Yeah, not even.
So I'm fine just putting him right into the 6th layer of hell. It's just that all the way down here.
He deserves to be down there. I think the only way that he's more like me is that I'm more divisive than you are.
Yeah,
that's literally it.
I think so. Or maybe display more confidence. On the outside.
Yeah.
Than I do. Up next, we already talked about her a little bit. This is Emma. This is the pretty girl that came in the middle of the show.
That fucked Joey's life up.
Well, she didn't fuck Joey's life up. She was
actually pretty chill about it. She was
a savior.
She was a little weird, to be fair. She was like, so if you could date me, would you? Which was very middle school dating, flirting core. But also.
And when she was asking for Jose, not Jose's number. When she was asking for Joey's number, she was very stuttery about it. She was a little unconfident, but she was still going for it.
She was nervous, but she was getting it done, and I think that puts her on your side.
Really? I was gonna say that she goes on your side more, because I would never approach someone that I'm interested like that. I would never walk up and be like, "Hey, can I get your phone number?" That's not me.
But I would be smoother than she was.
Okay, so you're saying that I'm more bumbly and awful at it than you. No, I get that.
I'm saying that you're more awkward when you're talking to people that you have a crush on.
That's absolutely true. It is.
That's it. But I do think, in the approach sense, she would be more on my side.
Yeah,
but
I would.
I would put her on your side.
I would put her on my side, probably in the middle of Joey and Harrison.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit more towards Harrison, just slightly.
Yeah.
And then lastly, the last one, there was Stefany's friend.
Yeah.
No one gives a fuck about Stefany's
She didn't get enough screen time to count.
To really matter.
She's not a person. Or actually, she's the most like a person on this show since she's not on it.
Yeah. Is Disco Bunny.
This is Kelly's son. Kelly we've mentioned a few times.
Kelly's daughter.
Sorry, daughter. Of course, this is Disco Mommy's daughter, Disco Bunny.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to use the phrase carbon copy, but it's damn close.
They're mother and daughter.
Yeah, she's slightly more reserved from what I can tell, but I think that's just because Kelly's at a point where most older middle-aged people are, where they're like, fuck it, why not?
Yeah.
Why not be confident? Why not put myself out there?
Exactly.
Especially single older people are like that, right? So I think she's just not at that point yet.
Yeah.
And that's why she's slightly more reserved, but pretty much the same.
Yeah. Absolutely. She tests Jose at one point to see if she's faithful to her mom by asking if Jose would date her.
Which is sick, by the way. Cool.
Yeah.
That's
it's what you should do. as like
I guess
the
in
daughter.
that situation,
Audience, if you're ever in that situation,
if you're ever on Milf Manor and you get invited as the family of a MILF, test the relationship person.
Yeah.
Just make sure, you know? Do you think they told Gabriel that he could only be interested in the woman? He's just not straight. He's just not straight.
No, absolutely.
Do you think they told Gabriel he can only be interested in the woman?
Damn, that's a good question.
Because also, there's no way, like, Kelly's straight either.
You don't think so?
No.
I can definitely see that.
And so, like, I think she's just, like, willing to do whatever. Do you think they told her? They told these people, like, only straight relationships.
I think...
That seems like TLC.
No, I think what it was the main draw of the show are the sons dating the moms.
Yeah.
And I think that's what they were told, and that's what they were like, that's my goal here. So I think that's what was going on. I don't think if, like, a gay relationship developed in the middle of the show that TLC would do something to stop it.
I think maybe TLC just didn't show those parts. Because I feel like there's no way that, like, Gabriel wasn't flirting with some of the men. Or, like, some of the men weren't flirting with some of the men and some of the moms, you know?
I think it might have been playful, but that wasn't the goal. So I think I get why they wouldn't want to show that. Because it's like, it distracts a little bit from, like, the name of the game. Milf Manor.
Yeah.
Anyway, Disco Bunny.
Sorry.
Disco Bunny, I think we'll leave her in the middle.
We'll rank her, I think, just with their mother.
Yeah. Who we'll get into momentarily.
Yeah.
I don't think she's next. I have to go to the...
I think she is. I think she's first.
No, I think the first one is Lisa, actually. Yeah,
you're right.
It's Lisa.
Lisa is Ryan's mother.
Yeah.
Another nothing character. Like, even less so than Ryan. She didn't really get any screen time. The only screen time she got was when Ryan was giving the mannequin head. She was like, this is weird to watch, but I'm watching. Which was, like, unnecessary to say.
You could have just kept your yapper shut.
Yeah. You could have said, this is weird to watch.
But I'm watching.
But I'm enthralled. You know?
It's just like a little, like, oh... That's weird, Lisa. Lisa, well, let me see if she has a blurb underneath her. Lisa, she lives in Los Angeles. She works as an actor and a part-time interior designer. She's been married once and has 2 sons. She's been single for a while, but will she finally find what she's looking for in the Milf Manor villa?
Yeah.
She didn't.
And when she got there as well, it's worth to note that she was just like, this is fucking weird. Like, everybody here is acting weird.
Yeah.
Why is everyone acting so weird? And I think that puts her on your end, George. She's an actor.
Yeah.
Push that off on you. And also just, like, getting to a place where people are being weird and going, hey, these people are acting weird.
What's going on here?
Yeah.
Why is this going on?
I think you would point that out because you think it's funny.
Yeah. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
I think that's a fair one to push on to me. Kelly.
Disco mommy. She's the main character of Milf Manor.
I would absolutely agree.
I think her and Jose are the main characters.
In reality TV shows, the one who is the main character is the one who causes the most problems.
Yeah.
And that was Kelly 100% of the way through. She was the one who got with both Jose. In the end, she got with Jose.
Yeah.
And there was a short little stint where she was with Billy. She just found him so charming and irresistible.
Yeah.
Don't blame her.
She also went for a lot of the other guys as well. She was
trying out all the different flavors.
She was everywhere. And she was, like, all over a lot of them. She was just very open.
I think she was the youngest at heart among all the moms.
She was playing it... I think she was just playing the game the best, is the best way to put it. Like, she was really just trying to fuck everybody.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what you should be doing on Milf Manor.
On Milf Manor. Sex happened one time on the show that we know of, between her and Jose. Yeah. And
they showed it like a PG-13 movie.
Yeah, where they cut away.
Yeah,
and then
they like get under the sheets and then like cut away. Like, no way that wasn't directed.
It had to be directed. Kelly also at one point, in the second episode actually, when she was like going after Jose at the beginning, she got really pissed off that Jose, his mom, and one of the other MILFs in the show were speaking Spanish to each other. Yeah. And not like a go back to your country way, because they were already in Mexico.
You know, but she said you should speak our language or something like that. To that effect.
She was upset about the fact that all the...
She was like, most people here don't speak Spanish, so you shouldn't.
Yeah, she was upset because she thought, like, you know, of course, she was thinking about herself. She was like, oh, they talking shit about me behind my back. In front of me, which would be fucked, but wasn't what was going on. Or was it? I don't remember.
And wouldn't be fucked if it's about her.
Yeah.
She was there literally just to start fires. Mm-hmm. She's an agent of chaos.
Props to the showrunners.
Yeah. I mean, and she also ended the show successfully.
Yeah.
So,
well, I don't think her and Jose are together anymore. I think the only relationship that lasted a while was Joey and Emma.
I think so too.
At the very end.
However, they ended nicely, at least. Like it worked out for Milf Manor standards.
Yeah, it was a fairy tale ending.
Yeah.
The thing about Kelly is that through and through she's an attention seeker.
Yeah.
That's what she strives for. She wants everyone in the club or the villa or just in any scenario to be looking at her.
Yeah.
She's constantly thinking about herself, trying to find a way to get all eyes on her, which is both of us to a T. Am I wrong?
Yeah, I was hoping you wouldn't say it. So,
however,
I think,
and you know what, Forrest, I'm gonna take this bullet for you. I more so than you, 100%. Kelly is the type of woman to dress up in some wacky costume and go about the world so that people would look at her. And I'm just the same. I am the same in that regard. Wouldn't you agree?
I would. I think you're discounting. I think you're right.
What I'll say is
I think she's too much of a. She sleeps around too much.
Yeah, and that's not me.
You're not slutty enough to be her.
I'm not very slutty.
Is the thing.
But I've got the attention seeking, and you've got the slut.
Yeah.
I told one of my VCU friends about this idea, and when I told her this, she was like, "Oh, you're Kelly 100% of the way through." And of course, that hurt. Because while I am very racist, I'm not like, I didn't think I was like Kelly in the slightest. But then, as I started thinking about it, as I started remembering more moments of her throughout the show, while I am not a massive man whore, I do think my attention seeking trumps that.
I don't know if you are more attention seeking than me.
I don't
want to make this a competition. It's a weird thing to have as a competition.
Yeah. It's just my personal belief. You go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I just thought.
I think we just for a second.
I think. Yeah. So I think we just go about it differently because
glad you look at my penis.
Because I think I'm just more subtle in the way that I attention seek. Like any picture I see in public, I'm photobombing that shit.
Yeah.
I think I'm more about longevity.
Okay. But do you think Kelly is more about longevity?
No, but I also think I have also gone around and done things that are wacky and weird just for the attention of the day.
Yeah.
Once I bought a store out of kazoos and then handed them out for a day at a festival.
That's awesome.
It was awesome. It was $100 and I was the talk of the town.
Oh, wow.
And I have put on costumes. I think we might be at equal levels. You just post about it more and talk about it more.
Okay. I would understand that.
I do it more for the game.
You do it for the game. Awesome voice crack.
I need water, man. I do it more for the game.
I should have grabbed some water.
It's fine.
I think you do it more for the game, and I think in specifically regards to Milf Manor, she was attention seeking for the game.
Yeah.
But when I
also think I would play the game the same way she did. Whereas, you just fucking go for everybody and then see where shit sticks.
Okay, I can definitely see that. How about this, Forrest? How about this? To be fair to both of us, I'm gonna put Kelly little bit over.
No. I think you get Kelly, I get Bunny.
That's okay. I was gonna do one or the other. I think I'm gonna put Kelly.
Because I think I'm more Disco Bunny and you're more Disco Mommy.
Yeah, that's absolutely fair.
Because Disco Bunny's more subtle.
Disco Bunny is very subtle. I'm very out there with how I attention seek, which I often do. Shannon.
Great thing to talk about on the podcast, guys. Fuck. Fuck.
This whole episode is fucked. Shannon, just objectively the best mom on the show.
Yeah.
Not in terms of MILF status, I guess, but as a mother.
As a mother, she did the best. She's the most considerate of other people's emotions. She knows how to handle disputes.
Yeah.
She's emotionally mature.
Yeah.
She who'd she end up with? She liked Jose.
She liked Jose. Jose didn't like her.
She liked Jose because he was the most grown up out of all of them, and not her son. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because she couldn't go after Ryan.
Like, her tastes weren't weird. Like, she wasn't into Joey because he acted like a kid. You know, like she was just like. She was there looking for a genuine relationship and solve disputes in a mature way, and like.
Yeah.
The whole time she was like, everything she did, I was like, yeah,
that's what I would be doing.
That's the right thing to do.
That's the right thing to be doing. While I'll read her, she's an event planner from Atlanta, married for 18 years and took a long break dating afterwards. She recently dated a 27-year-old, and now she's open to dating different age groups. I personally wish Shannon was in it for the long haul. I think she deserved a relationship.
Yeah,
the most out of
I
all
agree.
Of them.
I wish that she got more screen time, and I wish that she did end up with Jose.
Yeah.
I would have preferred her and Jose to Kelly and Jose.
That's not what happened.
It's not what happened. We can't be right.
That's just not what we're here to discuss.
It's true.
We're here to discuss which one of us kins Shannon the most.
The most, yeah.
At our cores, Forrest, I think both of us, I'd argue, are problem solvers or dispute solvers.
Yeah, I think so.
I think you and
we're both solution oriented.
You and I have a long history of settling disputes. So that aspect, it's like she's
pretty
dead
neutral.
center.
Yeah.
In terms of what she's looking for in a relationship, I also think I think we both want mature, smart. I don't know.
Real adult woman.
I don't know where I'm going with this. I think Shannon's in the middle.
I think Shannon in the middle is pretty fair because we both, when watching the show, whenever she did anything, would look at each other and go, "Yep." So yeah.
Yeah, Shannon, congratulations, Stefany. Ooh,
main character mother.
One of main character.
Not as much
mother.
as Disco Mommy, because Disco Mommy got all the early time, but by the end, she was definitely splitting it with Stefany.
I would say in like the middle of the show, Stefany was like the main.
Yeah. Billy's mother.
Yes, love her all off of that.
So off of that, she did something right.
She raised a good one.
She did.
Stefany was the MILF that Gabriel and Black Ryan were fighting over.
Yeah.
That was like the main.
She was the one enjoying people going after her.
Yeah. And I would argue in that whole dispute, she was the one in the wrong. She was not very straight up with either of them. She was kind of pussyfooting around for the entire middle of the show. That's a real word.
No, I know. It's just a crazy word to use.
I'll read her blurb just real quick.
Please do.
Lives in LA since she was 8 years old. After moving there from Lima, Peru, the mom of three is a high-end realtor and paralegal, and she mostly dates younger men. Stay tuned to see if she finds the man of her dreams on Milf Manor.
Well, we already stayed tuned.
Yeah, we stayed tuned.
And she did not.
Well, it looked like they did at the end of the show, but much quickly after the show aired, Gabriel was posting on TikToks with another woman. With one other woman kissing her. So it's safe to assume that
maybe they're open. Gabriel seems like he would have an open relationship.
Yeah.
I don't mean that in a bad way. It's Gabriel seems like the type.
It makes sense. But Stefany was looking for someone to really like settle down with.
Yeah.
I feel.
I think they were looking for different things, and in the manor they were fun together, but in real life they're not the type that would work.
No, because also she was stating it in the last episode. Gabriel, like, he travels a lot for work. He's a model. He does all that. Yeah. So he wouldn't have a lot of time to like really spend time with her.
Yeah.
And they were gonna try it out, and I guess it just didn't work out.
Yeah, which makes sense. Yeah.
But who do we kin more? Well, which one of us kins her more?
I'm gonna say this unfortunate fact about myself.
Okay.
When I have multiple people liking me, I love that shit.
Okay.
I mean, I don't like it. It's annoying. But like, I like the attention of it.
I mean, well, who doesn't like the attention of it? Well, actually, you know what? I think if I
know multiple people who do not like the attention of it. And I'm getting to that point. I'm almost to the point where I like fucking hate it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, not quite.
I think I was gonna say that obviously having two people like you at once is like a cool thing to have happen.
Yeah.
But I think if I had the knowledge of that it's a
lot to juggle.
It would send me into a straight up panic attack.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I think Stefany's gonna have to go more on your side.
I think Stefany is more on my side for that toxic trait. But guys, I acknowledge it, which means it's getting better.
Yeah. The first step. So I'll put Stefany. I'll snuggle Stefany right in between Ryan and Gabriel.
I think that makes sense.
And I'm gonna move on to Soyoung.
And she is so young.
No, she ain't. She a MILF. She's one of the older MILFs.
She is, yeah. She's like 51, I want to say. 50?
I'll read her blurb.
Okay.
Soyoung lives just outside of New Orleans and has always preferred younger men. Always preferred younger men. After working for years as a hairstylist, she became a surgical nurse specializing in heart surgery. Whoa!
Whoa, wait, that's actually insane.
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. Although she hasn't been in a relationship for a while, there's no time like the present. She also enjoys being the dominant one in her relationships. That's a very good piece of information.
It's a crazy thing to put in there.
Yeah.
I think Soyoung is that stereotype of like quiet girl gone bad. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Where she's
Absolutely.
still like a little like nervous about things, but then if you like talk to, it seems like whenever she went on dates or like talked to people one-on-one, she was like extremely sex forward and extremely flirtatious.
Yeah.
And like really getting after it.
Yeah.
Which is like good for her.
Good for her.
But maybe don't get after it with your son's best friend.
Exactly. If you guys recall, this is the mother that slept with Jimmy's best friend.
This is the one that destroyed the foot fetishes world.
Which is fucked. Like, obviously. It is. Very fucked. But we're not here to discuss that. We're here to discuss which one of us is she more akin to. Mm-hmm. It's a thumb tapper, to say the least. Neither of us are shy, I would argue.
No, I don't think so.
Which one of us do you think is like more shy on the outside? Would you say? I really don't think there's like an answer.
Depends on the situation. I think we're
depends.
both pretty good at talking to people.
Yeah.
If I'm alone in public, I can be shy. But if I start talking to someone, typically I'm fine. It's just the step of talking to them. If I'm alone, specifically, that becomes hard. I
think just because like this is a dating show, and it's like you see all these people interacting in a romantic way, I think I would be a lot shyer at the beginning.
Yeah.
Well, just throughout the whole time. I don't think I would ever reach the level of straightforwardness that Soyoung reaches in her life, which makes me want to put her more on your side. Yeah. Again, unfortunately.
I think that makes sense.
How do you feel about putting her? I could either pyramid her right here between Stefany or Disco Bunny, or I could put her.
We can put her there.
Okay, just to like fill out the graph more. Yeah. All right, for the audience, Soyoung is going in between both Ryans on Forrest's side. Next MILF, April. I'll read her blurb. Well, I like that silence we both had when we looked at it.
I was thinking about it.
This one's a tricky one.
April is the oldest MILF.
April is by far the oldest MILF, and she got with the youngest guy. Yeah. April, the Los Angeles mom of three, is a former heavy metal video vixen turned personal trainer. What does that mean? Heavy metal video vixen. She probably just like a model in heavy metal videos, I think.
Yeah.
And she was engaged last year, but her fiance sadly passed away.
Oh, right. She talked about that. She was crying in the first episode, and we were really confused.
Yeah, because we weren't paying that much attention at that point.
They didn't give the context well enough. They were just like, yeah, my fiance. We were like, what?
April hasn't dated anyone until joining Milf Manor, but is she finally ready to give love another shot? Yeah. I also think this was the first MILF that appeared on the show. Mm-hmm. Like when they were all when the show started, she was the MILF that walked down first.
Yeah, she was.
And then this is also the MILF that let Joey down easy, I guess, and let him fall in love with Emma, and who also got swooped off her feet by Cool Billy.
Yeah.
But who is she more like? I think she's more so in the middle.
She's pretty in the middle. I think her being with Joey says a lot about like a natural instinct to like nurture,
to take care.
Yeah. Which I think I have a lot more than you do. Not like a lot more than you do, but I have it a lot, more than you do.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
But I don't then put that into my relationships. Not in like that way.
No, absolutely not. I even though she got a lot of like attention in the show, or a lot of quite a bit of screen time in the show, she was one of the final MILFs. I don't think either of us really act in regards to relationships the way that April did.
I mean, she was just steady with it as well. No.
She was steady with it. But I mean, like, when Billy came over, she was swooning. She let it all happen.
Oh yeah.
She was like, "This is awesome.
Yeah.
Let's get out of here." And I just don't think that's like a move that either of us would pull.
No, I don't think either of us would. I think both of us would feel too bad about it.
Yes.
But being easily like flustered or swooned or something like that, I know I can be. I don't know about you.
Super easily.
Yeah.
Super
So like
easily.
that, I think is like us, but not in the situation where you're like sitting like literally on a date.
Mm-hmm.
Like on a date.
Yeah, that's fucked. That's just a fucked
Yeah.
thing to do and have
With your
happen.
ex. There's so many layers.
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna put her right above Shannon, not because like we both kin her the most or kin her equally, but because like we really don't.
Yeah,
kin
we don't
her
kin her
in the slightest. I actually might put her
under. Yeah.
I'm gonna have her cover Ricky down here.
Yeah, fuck Ricky anyways.
Fuck Ricky.
Yeah.
Next MILF on the chopping block is Pola. Personally, my favorite MILF.
Yeah, I like her a lot. I think she was like fun and like mature relatively, and like had a good relationship with Jose.
Yeah.
And all around like seemed like a good person.
Yes.
Which was
absolutely.
hard to find at times on this show.
Absolutely. Pola is from Mexico. She resides in Miami now with her family and her personal gym. Her first language is Spanish, which she prefers to speak. The fitness fanatic has been single for 9 years, and she's thrilled to date again.
Yeah.
She was the MILF that I think had the most like fun with it, thought the least about it.
Yeah.
She kind of let everything happen. She was
just very kind of carefree and like fun having.
Yeah. She didn't revel in the attention of two men in the same way that Stefany did.
No, I think she handled it in a better way.
Absolutely.
Like she noted it. She went, "Oh, this is a thing," and then went on one day with each of them, and then decided, which is the way to solve that, and like what I think either one of us would do in that scenario.
Exactly. The thing that stands out to me about Pola is that when it came time to reveal which one of them she chose, she pulled both of them into the middle.
She wanted a big moment.
She
likes the drama of it all, and that actually said a lot about her.
It did. It showed that Pola, at her heart, cares about the content.
Yeah.
She cares about the content, much like you and I.
Just like you and I.
But which one of us likes the content more, or is more like aware of what would make a good moment? I'm inclined to say myself.
I was inclined to say I think it's equal, to be honest with you.
I
think we both think about it like in any real life situation we're in, and it's bad.
Yeah, we need to.
But I do think her general attitude is more like myself.
I agree.
Than yours. I think I'd put her pretty far up on mine.
Okay.
Like where you put Soyoung, but like actually.
Okay. So
like I don't think Soyoung belongs there, but I think she might.
I'll move Soyoung and I'll pyramid her up here.
Yeah.
And I'll put Pola up here. Next MILF is the nothing. Nope. It's Charlene. Let's skip Charlene real quick. Let's talk about April.
This is other April.
Yeah. Who is even more nothing
than Ryan.
Than her son.
Oh.
Her son Ricky.
Sorry, I meant to say Ricky when I said Ryan. I meant to say Ricky.
I think Shannon had like 4 lines total.
Yeah, she was one of the first MILFs introduced as well.
She really just did not matter. The audience, the producers of the show probably had a lot of high hopes for Shannon, but she was not pined for. We didn't see her get pined for in the slightest. She didn't really go after any of the men at all. She really, like, take her out the show. She doesn't
for real,
matter.
It was pretty brutal the way they did it. They were just like, "Oh, you failed this challenge." Normally, we don't do this when people fail challenges, but you're out.
I think they could recognize that
it wouldn't be good content.
That these two just like added nothing to the show,
and then they panicked and I think got the other Ryan and Lisa, which added a little bit, but not all that much. But anyways,
the only thing that they added was the twist of them being in it, and then after that,
which was all right. And then Ryan added like a few funny scenes.
Yeah,
right. It was like. Yeah.
Whatever. So, just objectively, Shannon.
She goes down there.
Little lower
the first circle of hell.
Yeah. Not as far as
she might be a good person, but she still goes there.
Yes. Last.
Certainly not least.
But certainly not least. Charlene. When you open up Max and go to Milf Manor, Charlene is the MILF on the front page.
Which is crazy, because Charlene is really not a main character.
No.
She's a very heavy support character.
Yes.
All throughout, but she's never once a main character, in my opinion.
I'll read her blurb down
Please
here.
do.
The Jersey mom moved to Los Angeles for a fresh start. She works in the hospitality industry, and her favorite thing to do is sit at the beach and tan. She's leaving her toxic marriage behind, and she's excited to date younger and have a good time. Charlene, I'm gonna get into this. I think Charlene is your biggest kin in the show. as fucked as that sounds.
I was worried you would say that.
Charlene is by far the most straightforward, blunt, objective person in the show. She says what she wants, she does what she wants. She's not like, she's not teetering on the line of like, but she's like, this is what I want. Do you feel the same way? No? All right, I'll move on.
Yeah.
And I think that is you to a T.
I think it is how I am now.
Yeah.
It's not how I used to be.
Of course.
And I still like mentally adjust to that. I think you're right.
Yeah.
But in my head I'm like, that's not me. And then I think about it and I'm like, oh, that's like who I am now.
Yeah, that's who you are now. Which is a very good thing.
I think it's
I would really respect it in you. But like, it's just unfortunate.
But if I saw someone giving a head to a mannequin, I would not react the same way she did.
No, but do you think I would react any better any closer to that than you?
No, because I would be like chilling, and you would be like,
I'd be horrified.
Yeah.
I'd be like, whoa. I'd be laughing.
Yeah.
Charlene was very into it.
She was laughing,
and I think
she was giggling like a schoolgirl. It was weird.
If let's say you and I were on Milf Manor, and you were my MILF, and I was your son. If I was like, hey man, I'm really trying to get out of here.
Yeah.
I'm not really vibing. I think you would be like, no man, you gotta like, give it more time.
I think I would say that, and then I'd be like, well, I mean,
it's your life. That's what Charlene ended up doing. She's like, hey, it's your life.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want. But I
thanks for trying.
I strongly advise you to stay. But thanks for trying. It's just it's unfortunate for you because you were so close to having Black Ryan as your
I was
top
so close
kin.
to having Black Ryan as my top kin, who is the coolest guy on the show.
Yeah.
However, I do think it is Charlene.
I do think Charlene is definitely.
I do think Black Ryan and Charlene are the two wolves inside of me.
Yes, and inside of me, I have lame Billy and childish Joey.
We have awesome wolves. But that does close out our kin list.
Are there any that you're looking at right now that you're just kind of like wanting to move around in the slot?
Honestly, no. I feel like we did a pretty good job.
Yeah, I feel like we did a great job. We weeded out the unnecessaries.
Yeah.
Send cool Billy to hell.
For sure.
And I think
as cool as he is, he's not a good guy.
Looking at the Milf Manor Kinlist, a lot more of the characters in this show
tend to be on my side.
Tend to be on your side.
Yeah.
I do think that is a byproduct of how you're more open to like flirting and relationships and all that.
Yeah, I think I'm just more in that world than you are, or have been more in that world than you are.
Yeah,
and therefore like am more open to it. And then that in this show about sex, flirting, and dating.
Yeah,
it's
just like, what can you do?
Yeah.
But no, I think this is if any future guests on our show ever want to be like, what's the difference between, when we ask, well, what's the difference between George and Forrest, we've given you a lot of ammunition.
This is a lot of ammunition
in this episode, and you can't use any of it.
You guys have learned a lot of personality content about us right now.
Yeah.
If you've been paying attention.
If you've been, actually watching the episode. Yeah.
And hey, if you're an audio listener at this point, just skip to where you are right now in the audio, in the video, and you can see the finished product.
Yeah, you can see the finished Kinlist. Yeah. I'm sure we might post it on Instagram.
We definitely will, but maybe like the week after or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we would like to thank you guys for checking out today's podcast episode. We had a lot of fun filming it.
Yeah, this was like one of we were most looking forward to.
Yeah.
So this is awesome.
I'm so glad we were able to get this episode done. And you know what? Hey, thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching, guys.
All right, we'll see you all next time.
Bye.
Wait!
Oh my god. I can't believe we almost forgot.
We almost forgot.
That would have been awful.
It would have been fucking awful if we forgot the question of the podcast.
The biggest question we ever ask on the podcast every episode.
Which one of us
was funnier?
Who was funnier?
Who was funnier
this episode? We had a lot of good jokes.
I think we did. I think they were more like low-key. This episode is more low-key.
This is a low-key episode.
But that's good.
Yeah, it's mostly about the product instead of the humor. But we still want to know.
But we still have good
ones.
ones.
Gotta know.
We gotta know.
Which one of us was funnier this episode? Leave a comment down below. Or DM us personally.
DM us personally.
Or scream it out into the world.
Yeah, we'll hear.
I'll hear it.
If someone says my name, I hear it.
Yeah. Sorry, someone's having a conversation about me somewhere.
Anything good?
Wow, they're being really mean to me.
Well, before George cries, we should probably close out this episode.
Yeah.
Don't forget to subscribe. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.